Hey, welcome back to Fluent English Talks. I'm Ben.
And I'm Anna. Episode 4. If you've been with us since the beginning, thank you. Seriously, you're showing up, and that means everything.
And if you're just joining us today, welcome. You can go back and listen to the earlier episodes anytime, but this one stands on its own too.
Today's topic is one that Ben has very strong feelings about.
I do. I really do.
We talked about shadowing in episode 1, what it is, how to do it, but today we're going deeper. Today we're asking, why does it actually work? What's happening in your brain when you shadow?
Because I think when you understand why something works, you commit to it differently. You trust it more. You stick with it even when it feels hard.
And shadowing can feel hard at first, so understanding the why, that's what keeps you going.
Let's get into it.
Okay, Ben, so why does shadowing work? Give me the big picture first.
All right, so the big picture is this. Shadowing works because it trains speaking as a physical, automatic skill. Not as a thinking skill, not as a translating skill, a physical skill, like riding a bike.
And most traditional language learning treats speaking as a thinking skill.
Exactly. Most traditional methods say, learn the grammar rule, learn the vocabulary, then construct your sentence, step by step, consciously.
And that works for writing or for exams, but not for real conversation.
Not for real conversation, because in real conversation, you don't have time to think step by step. Everything has to happen automatically. And the only way to make something automatic is repetition, physical repetition.
And shadowing is exactly that, physical repetition of real English speech.
Right. Your mouth, your jaw, your tongue, they're learning the shapes of English sounds. Your ear is learning the rhythm, the stress, the melody, all at the same time, all through repetition.
So it's training the body, not just the brain.
The body and the brain together. And that combination, that's what creates fluency.
Okay, can you go a little deeper? What's actually happening in the brain during shadowing?
Yes. So there's something called motor learning. It's how we learn physical skills. When you shadow, you're activating the motor cortex, the part of your brain that controls movement, including the movement of your mouth and vocal tract.
So speaking is literally a motor skill, like playing the piano.
Exactly like playing the piano. And just like piano, the more you practice the physical movements, the more automatic they become. The fingers start to find the keys without thinking. The mouth starts to find the sounds without thinking.
And that's the goal. Sounds without thinking.
Sounds without thinking. And shadowing is one of the fastest ways to get there, because you're not practicing in isolation. You're practicing in the context of real, flowing speech.
Not just drilling individual sounds in a vacuum.
Right. You're training the whole system. Sounds, rhythm, speed, intonation, all at once, in real conditions.
Okay, there's something else I want to ask about, because shadowing doesn't just improve pronunciation, does it? It seems to help with listening, too.
Yes, and this is one of the most interesting things about shadowing. It actually improves your listening comprehension as well, and the reason is fascinating.
Tell me.
So when you shadow, you're training your ear to process English at natural speed. You're forcing yourself to keep up with a real voice, not a slowed-down textbook voice. And over time, your brain gets faster at processing what it hears.
So you're training your ear and your mouth at the same time.
At the same time, 2 for 1. And there's actually a feedback loop. The better your pronunciation gets, the better your listening gets, because you start to recognize sounds more easily when you can produce them yourself.
Oh, that's really interesting. So producing the sounds correctly helps you hear them correctly.
Exactly. It goes both ways. Speaking and listening are much more connected than most people realize.
That actually explains something I've noticed. When I shadow a piece of audio a few times, I suddenly hear things I completely missed on the first listen.
Yes, that's exactly the feedback loop in action. Your brain is recalibrating. It's learning what to listen for.
Okay, I want to ask about something that comes up a lot. Some people say shadowing feels unnatural. I'm just copying. I'm not really speaking. Is it real practice?
It is absolutely real practice, and I'd push back on the word just copying. Copying is the foundation of all human learning.
Say more.
Think about how babies learn to speak. They listen, they imitate, they repeat, they adjust. Nobody sits a baby down and explains verb conjugation. The baby copies endlessly, shamelessly, until the language becomes theirs.
And adults can do the same thing.
Adults can do the same thing. The mechanism is still there. It's just buried under years of being told that learning means studying rules from a book.
So shadowing is actually returning to the most natural way humans learn language.
The most natural way. And yes, at some point you move from copying to creating. You start making your own sentences, expressing your own thoughts. But the foundation, the sounds, the rhythm, the flow, that foundation is built through imitation.
You have to copy before you can create.
Always. Every artist, every musician, every writer, they all started by copying what they loved. And then, slowly, their own voice emerged from inside that practice.
Your own English voice will emerge the same way.
The same way. It always does.
Okay, one more thing. Some learners shadow for a week, don't feel an immediate difference, and give up. What do you say to them?
I say, you are looking for the wrong kind of progress. You're looking for a dramatic jump, and language learning almost never works that way.
It's more like invisible progress.
Invisible progress. For weeks, sometimes months, nothing seems to be changing. And then, one day, you open your mouth and something comes out more easily than it ever has before. And you think, where did that come from?
It came from all the invisible work.
All the 10-minute sessions, all the mornings you shadowed, even when you didn't feel like it. All of that was building something. You just couldn't see it yet.
That's such an important thing to hear, because I think a lot of learners quit right before the breakthrough.
Right before. And that's the tragedy. The work was done. The result was coming. They just didn't wait long enough to receive it.
So trust the process, even when you can't see the progress.
Trust the process and keep showing up. That's it. That's the whole secret.
And that's it. Why shadowing works. Then I feel like I understand it on a completely different level now.
That's exactly what I hoped for. Because knowing the why, it changes how you practice. You stop wondering if it's working. You just do it and trust it.
Your challenge for today: go back to episode 1. Shadow a short section of it, just 2 or 3 minutes. And this time, as you shadow, notice what your mouth is doing. Notice the rhythm. Notice where it flows easily and where it's hard.
That awareness, that noticing, is part of the practice. The more conscious you are of what's happening, the faster you improve.
Tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about shadowing? Has anything shifted for you since you started?
We read every comment, we really do. And your questions shape what we talk about in future episodes.
Subscribe if you haven't. A new episode every day. And share this one with someone who's been studying English for a long time, but still feels stuck. This might be exactly what they need to hear.
Transcript is in the description. You know what to do with it.
Thank you for being here. 4 episodes in, you're building something real.
Take care of yourself, keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye. And remember, the progress is happening, even when you can't see it. Keep going.